Sue from Stink River Stamping. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Burbank, Washington, here in the southeastern corner of the state of Washington. Welcome to my stamp room tonight. I'm really glad that you could make it. We're going to make a really cute card, a lot easier than what we did last week with the boxes. So I hope you enjoy it. Some of the products that we're using tonight are on the last chance list, so they are, for the most part, they're reduced in price, and I listed that in my description if they were on the last chance list and what their prices were. So I hope you'll take a look at that. I was wondering if you have your Christmas shopping done. I am almost done with my Christmas shopping. I just have one daughter and one son-in-law to go. And my husband, well, he usually buys his own gift. He picks something out, so I don't worry too much about him. But for the most part, I got all the grandkids done and my other daughter done. So I just have just a couple more things to pick up and I will be finished. And then the wrapping will commence. And that's my least favorite part, is the wrapping. I don't know about you, but I'm not a wrapper. I try to put things in bags. So anyway, I have a lot of exciting things to tell you tonight that Stampin' Up! Has recently announced. And the first thing is that starting tomorrow, December 10th, it's free shipping for 3 days. Your order has to be $70. This is Canadian. This $100. I must have done the Canadian one. Ours is $75. Okay. And that's before tax, before shipping, before any Stampin' Rewards or any of those things. So $75, not $100, and you get free shipping, which I would have liked to have known. I mean, they didn't even tell us until the last minute, and I placed an order Monday night. Was that last night? No, Sunday night. Sunday night I placed an order, and my shipping was $20 on my order. So, gosh, I wish I would have known, right? Cyber Monday is ending today at midnight Mountain Time. If you're Pacific Time, that's 11 p.m. Pacific Time. On prepaid subscriptions to Paper Pumpkin. So if you would like to do the prepaid thing, the 3-month, the 6-month, the 12-month, 3 months is $61, which saves you $20. The 6 months is $122, which saves you $40, and the 12 months is $244, which saves you $80. Now, be sure, if you already have a Paper Pumpkin subscription, to cancel your current subscription and then resubscribe under this plan before midnight Mountain Time tonight. Okay, if you would like to take the opportunity for this particular deal. Okay, so this is just some more about that. New items have been added to the last chance products, and most of them, I'll tell you, most of them, many of them are from the September to December mini catalog, our fall and Christmas catalog that we're currently winding up, and we'll have a new mini catalog coming in January. And if you're a current customer of mine, I have ordered your catalog, and you should have it in your hands by January 10th at the latest. Okay, so don't forget to look at the last chance products. There's a ton of new stuff in there, a lot of great deals. It's under your specials tab. The product of the month. They're starting product of the month, and they started this last week. And when I placed my order Sunday night, I did order my product of the month, and if it comes before next Tuesday, I'll probably be doing something with that product of the month. So you can get it for only $5. You have to spend at least $75 in one purchase, before tax and shipping and all that business. But if you're taking advantage of the free shipping, that doesn't really affect this, because this $75 thing is before tax and shipping. I mean, you always have to pay your tax, but the shipping doesn't affect this. So spend $75. You don't pay shipping right now. Well, for the next 3 days, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and you can get the product of the month for $5. It is some special designer series paper. It's in the blues. It has balmy blue and night of navy and another blue in there. But they're really pretty blue papers. So anyway, hopefully I'll get my order before next Tuesday, and I'll be able to make something fun with this by then. Watercolors in Bloom. If you are subscribed or you're subscribing to Paper Pumpkin, the December 10th, which is tomorrow, is the last day to subscribe to Paper Pumpkin the regular way. If you want to take advantage of the sale, you need to do it by tonight, okay? But the one that's coming this month is called Watercolor in Bloom. It's supposed to be very pretty. Here's my fancy ruler I talked about last week, and I still haven't figured out how to get it on my Facebook page, but Anna's coming over tomorrow night, so she'll probably know how to do that. My December specials, I finally got those figured out. I didn't have examples, and now I'm going, where did I put the examples that I have figured out? Oh, here they are. Okay, not to worry. Here they are. Okay, $20 order starts earning you Stampin' Rewards all the time. $40 order, you get 2 sets of die cut labels and your rewards. The die cut labels are these, okay? It's called More Messages, which I believe is on the last chance list. Now, I cannot print all of these messages, but I can take the die cut and I can cut out all of this and send you 2 sets of these die cut labels, and they fit a lot of different messages and everything that you can use and just have in your stash. So you get 2 sets of those, okay? For a $50 order, you get your 2 sets of these die cut labels and a Traditions of Christmas PDF featuring 2 designs. And your rewards. A $75 order gets you the die cut labels, 2 sets, and your PDF mentioned here, and 2 sets of die cut greetings, 1 in gold and 1 in white, plus your Stampin' Rewards. Now these come from, if I can find it, I think I put it in here. Oh. Maybe I put it in here. Anyway, these are the die cuts, and I don't stamp anything. These are all die cuts. The gold ones are just, I think, particularly beautiful. It comes from Thoughtful Moments Hybrid Embossing Folder. It's number 162927, and that might be on the last chance list. I can't remember. But I will cut you a gold set. It says, thank you, thinking of you. You make me happy, celebrate, oh happy day, with sympathy, get well, just because, love you, and hello. Then your other set will be a white set, which is really hard to see, except if you take a brush And don't add a bunch of ink to your brush, okay? Just take your brush, using the ink that's in your brush, go over the white die cut, and it will get in the cracks and crevices, and it will make the word pop. Okay, so I did some of these down here, and like I said, this is Thoughtful Moments, and I mean, I don't add any extra ink to this. I just use whatever ink is left over in my brush, because unless you've washed your brushes recently, there's enough ink in them to color these die cuts perfectly, absolutely perfectly. Okay, so you get one gold set and one white set, and then you can color them whatever color you would like them to be. All right, and you get your Stampin' rewards. And all qualifying orders are before tax and shipping, but for the next 3 days, no shipping. Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, no shipping. And if you use coupons or redeem Stampin' rewards, the $75 or whatever threshold you're at has to be before you use your redeemed Stampin' rewards on that. Okay, so those are my free offers for this month. I just wanted to do a little bit, something a little bit different than just cards, to see how people liked it, if it was something. So we're back to the free shipping, and that's the end of my announcements. And I wanted to remind you about what we did last week. We made these cute little tags using the delicate pines and using the die to cut these out, and we put white cardstock on the back. We used heavy white cardstock for this side, and put a ribbon through it, and those were really cute. And we made these holders for Bath and Body Works for lotion. It holds lotion, and it also holds the soap from Bath and Body Works, the hand soap. And the top fits inside the base. And if you didn't see that video, go back and look at it from December 2nd. It's a really good video, and I made several of those. I made, because it doesn't have to be just Christmas. I pulled out a lot of different paper, and the pears, and something elegance, which I think they might not have right now. Anyway, you can just be very creative in how you do these, and you know, for birthdays, you know, anniversaries, whatever, you know, thinking of you just because maybe your friend just needs a little pick-me-up. They're a very inexpensive gift, especially if you hit those sales at Bath and Body, and a very easy thing to do. Okay, today we are going to make a card. Do I have the card? I have the card. Ah, there it is. Okay. So I made 2 of them. Using the Everyday Arches. Now the Everyday Arches are not on the last chance list. They're still available. They're very popular, and so those are still available. But the stamps for branching out, the stamps are on the last chance list, but the dies are not. Okay, the dies are not on the last chance list. So just the stamps are on that list. So anyway, I used a couple arches here. I changed up how I did it. I tried cutting an arch out of here and gluing the outside on, but it didn't look good. So I'm going to change it a little bit when we make our card today and put 2 arches on here. It looks a lot better, I think, with 2 arches. And we'll use some of this open weave trim. And like on this one, I used the happy birthday wishes on this. And I'm also going to use a little white ink. I didn't do it on these, but I'm going to try a little white ink on these to see how that looks, to make the pine branches look a little snowy, because these pine cones that I used look like they have little tufts of snow. Now, I did not use the pine cones out of branching out. They're really small, but I did use the pine cone from Delicate Pines. It was a little bigger, and it gave me this white part that I liked that looked a little snowy. So that's where I got my pine cone that I'm going to use today. But I did use the branch, and I did use the pines from this, and I did use the sentiment from branching out. Okay, so I'm going to show you the sizes. I also have it written down for you. I think I forgot to print it, but you know what? It's in my description. It's at the bottom of my description, and so you can find it there. I wonder why I'm getting that shadow. Do I have my light the wrong way or something? I don't usually have a shadow. Okay. So you will need a Mossy Meadow. This is going to be a tent fold card. I used a Mossy Meadow. I mean, you could use any color that you wanted to use. I'm still fighting this bronchitis and cold thing I've got going on. Excuse me. 4 1/4 by 11, and score it at 5 1/2. So that's going to score right in half like that, and it will stand up for display like that. Okay. Then for the background, I used Autumn Toile. I wanted some Mossy Meadow background to go with this and to go with my pine cones. So I found this one, and I thought, you know, well, that's good. I'll use that one. So this is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. It's exactly the same size as the front of this. I'm not leaving a border on this at all, because I'm going to have borders on the arches. So I'm just going to be gluing that down. Okay. Then for the inside, I need basic white, 3 3/4 by 5, and then I just had a piece of leftover, and I'm thinking about putting it down here. I'm not sure what I'm going to put on the inside yet, but I'm thinking about putting that down there for that. So I usually cut my insides 3 3/4 by 5 because I like a little bit wider border on my inside. Then I need another piece of the Autumn Toile paper with the pheasants on it to cut arch number 2. And I count my arches from the largest as number 1 down to the smallest, which is number 6, I think. So this will be arch number 2. It's going to be this one. And we're going to cut that one out of that. And that's 4 by 5 1/4. Then I need this basic white to cut arch number 4, 3 1/2 by 4 1/2. So I'm going to use that for arch number 4. So I'm skipping an arch in between there, because there's arch number 3 that would make it a really tight fit, but you wouldn't be able to see as much of this paper, and I wanted to see some paper. And then I need this on the outside, just a piece of this that the arch is going to sit on. 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. Okay, so I'm going to work on this. I'm not going to glue it on here first because I do want to put my I'm using this open weave ribbon, and it's really kind of stiff, but it ties a knot really well. I have trouble making it. I've seen people tie it in a bow and be successful, but I haven't been as successful tying a bow with this ribbon. I like this ribbon. I think it's, you know, really natural and organic looking. And it kind of goes with the pheasant theme and everything that I've got going on here. But when I cut this arch out, all you need is plate number 1, and then you're going to put your arch down, and then this is plate number 4, okay? And that's all you need to cut that arch. And I've already cut it for us. But you just need that. This is, because this is for, oh, you don't, excuse me. That's not for cutting. That's for embossing. This is for embossing. You need your other plate to cut this, and you want to cut it first. You'll need plate number 1, plate number 2, plate number 3, and then you'll need your designer series paper and arch number 2. And if you want to tape it on there, if you think it's going to slip, I think I did tape mine on there. And then another plate number 3, and send it through there to cut it. And then when you're embossing, then that's when you bring in number 4, and you take off all this other stuff, because you'll have an embossing folder that I used. Exposed brick. And you'll just, after you cut the arch, you'll just stick this in the exposed brick and put the gray plate on top of it and send it through. Okay, so I have done all that for us today. So we have arch number 2, and maybe you can see that it's embossed with the exposed brick. You know, I like exposed brick and these other patterns that are just kind of neutral, and they don't really, they're not like a big flower or something like that, and they work really good on something like this. So I'm going to take these 2. I'm going to move that down there because I already have this arch also. So I'm going to put this white one, which has a little smuts on it, so we're going to flip that over and grab some glue. My daughter called me today. She works at a retirement center, and she wants me to come and do card classes for some of the retirees that are living there. They asked for card classes, and she goes, "Hey, I know a lady that does that. We can do that." And I had to laugh. And then she asked me, "Do you think you can do that?" And I go, "Yeah, I think I can do that." So I'll do that for her. So then we put this one down, and you can pop that one up if you like or leave it flat. I am going to pop this one up, so I think I'm going to leave this one flat, and I'm just going to glue it down. I'm going to try to center it top to bottom and side to side. I have a little bit of wiggle room. Okay, so now I need a pair of scissors, and I'm going to cut, it's like 8 inches. I cut 8 inches. I'm going to put this around, because this is designer series paper basically, and it will tend to curl on me if I try to tie it around there. So I just cut it and tape it, and then it lays nice and flat. It doesn't pull on the paper at all or any of that. And just kind of adjust this a little bit, try to get it pretty straight. I'm going to cut another hunk and slip it under here, and I'm just going to tie a simple little knot, and I want it to kind of go up and down, and then I'm going to trim that off. That was probably about 6 inches to begin with. Okay, so I'm just going to do that because I'm going to put this on after I stamp it, and I'll put it on dimensionals on top of that, and then I'll add all of that to the card base. Okay, so to stamp this, I am using the branching out stamps. Okay, and I kind of like, they have in here, they have a long twig or branch and a shorter one. I'm using the longer one, and then they have a group of two groups of 3 which are made to fit. But I found that I wanted my branches, or in my pines, where I wanted my pines. And I want quite a few of them. As you can see on here, I used quite a few, and I stamped and then stamped off, did 2nd generation stamping to fill in some of that. So what I did is I put the branching out, because this is such a big branch, I had to use this block to fit it on, and it's really hard for me to hold this block with my hands. I can barely reach it and do it. So I thought, okay, I'm going to put that in my MISTI, and I put marks here where I want my arch to go, and I'll move things if they don't fit exactly where I want them to go. Let me see how this works. Yes, I'm not going to have this part right here on there, but I do want all of these. And then there's another little tiny piece of branch right there. If I need more branch, I can use that one. So I used Early Espresso and Mossy Meadow for my 2 colors that I used. And I just apply my ink gently, making sure I got it inked up pretty good. And the great thing about a stamp positioner, if I don't get this the right way the first time, I can do it again, because it's going to be in the same exact position that I have it in, and it's not good enough. So I'm going to do it again one more time. And maybe I'll pull these out of the way so I don't accidentally stamp those. And you'll notice I put a piece of paper, it's just copy paper, underneath this. Yeah, I think that's good. Because I was going off the page a little bit and I didn't want to get ink on my I have a piece of foam here for using photopolymer stamps. So I'm going to grab my baby wipe, give this a quick wipe, clean up most of the mess, pull this off of here, and now I'm done with that. I've got that where I want it to be. And I like this stamp set. I really thought they'd keep it a little longer because it is so versatile. So I hope you get a chance to get it. So let me see where my, oh, there it is. Okay, so this is my single pine boughs, and so I can put my pine boughs where I want them, and like I'm gonna put one here. Oh man, that didn't print all the way through. You know what I need? I need. This is why you need to Stampin' Pierce. I thought I had enough matte right there. And I'm going to put a piece of paper under this. That might go off. Okay. We'll see. It's going to look okay because I'm going to make a bunch of these on here. I'm going to stamp that off. And then, as you can see, I stamped second generation just to give it a little more fullness. And I'm going to stamp down here. Turn it and stamp down here. Turn it, get second generation. I'm going to stamp down here, down here, down here. I'm going to do some along the branch. Just kind of fill it in. I want that to be second generation. Okay. So I've really filled in my branches a lot more than it would be if I used their 3-step stamps that they give you, because I wanted mine really full. And then I've got this bigger pine cone, like I said, that I pulled from Delicate Pines, and I'm going to put some pine cones in now, and I'll show you what. See this pine cone, that's not very dark, but it has little white spots in it, which makes it look a little more three-dimensional. Probably should have re-inked this. Didn't even think of checking that. So I'm just going to put some pine cones in here, here and there. I can't tell you, we have pine trees, lots of them. And oh my gosh, the pine needles, the pine cones, those trees. Oh man, I did not look at that. I have to put a pine cone over there. Cover that up. Okay. I'm going to cover that little smuts up with a message. So what I did, I hope I have those, there they are. Okay, I cut these out of Spotlight on Nature. Spotlight on Nature's gone, the stamps, but the dies are still available. Okay, and then this is a 1 3/4 punch, which I don't think we have right now. And I ordered mine not that long ago, like a few months ago. But I cut a 1 3/4 punch. And I have a brown one. I thought I had a green one. Yeah, there's the green one. I think I'll use green behind the white. So that'll kind of go with the things I have going on. And I picked Happiest Birthday Wishes. Gonna be, I have a lot of birthdays coming up, so this will be very handy. Happiest Birthday Wishes, good. And I might do maybe a little bit of a pine. Just a tiny bit. Yeah. Okay. And I'm going to glue that on. Because that 1 3/4 is just the tiniest bit bigger. And if you don't have a 1 3/4 inch punch, you can use Stylish Shapes. And there's a 1 3/4 inch circle in there. I think I wrote down which one it was. Anyway, and you could put that in there. So that's what I'm going to put that over my little line that I accidentally made. A little boo-boo. So, bringing my card back in. Oh, here it is. Okay. Bringing this back in. It's going to go on top of the ribbon with some dimensionals. Put some down the side, the bottom, and kind of in the middle. There we go. Okay. Want to center this. You can let that ribbon just sort of drape over there. And I'm going to put some glue here, but I might put a dimensional over there because this is popped up. So the glue goes on this side. Cover up my boo-boo. And then, so this won't fall down. I just would take a dimensional, take the top off of it, so it's sticky on both sides. Lift this up and stick it under there like that. Okay, so back to my Mossy Meadow. Tear out my inside, and I'm going to just glue this down. And like I said, it covers the entire front. There's no border on it. I didn't really feel like I had enough room for a border with that white piece that was holding my two arches. And I liked the DSP showing, so I just made it the same size. Okay. So my inside's 3 3/4 by 5, and this is, I'm pretty sure this is 3 3/4, right? Yep. And you can make this skinnier or whatever. I mean, whatever suits you. I just thought I had a nice piece with this to go on there. And I'm going to use the branching out dies. I already used Happiest Birthday. Wishing you a day filled with many happy moments. Thinking of you brings joy to my heart. I think I'll do that one. I think I like that one. Thinking of you brings joy to my heart. It's this one. Yep. And I'm going to stamp that in early espresso. I'm going to do it near the top, but just so I have plenty of room to write a name, and then I could write a little message underneath it. There's just a little piece of tape on there that I had on the back of it. There. So then I would grab my Stampin' seal, which I had in a nice safe place, because, oh, there we go. There we go. And then I was thinking, and I sort of tried it a little bit, but I'm not saying I was real successful at it. But I thought the little pines might need a little bit of snow on them. And I thought I could use my jelly pins, but they're all dried up. I haven't used them for a long time. So that didn't help me much. So I got out some of my white ink. It's this is a pigment ink from your white ink pad, and I put some on a block and I mixed it with a little water, and I have a little bit of a paper towel here to get the water off, and I mixed this up, and I was going to try to gently just put, no, I don't think that's working. It's too much water, maybe. It's not working like I want it to work. Okay, plan 2 is to make this waterier, maybe. I think it needs more ink. I'm going to try dots. If I ruin this card, I'm going to be mad. So there's still water on here. There's plenty of water, but I need this to be thinner because I'm going to splatter. I'm going to take my bone folder and I'm going to see if splattering, oh, that's big splatter. Did not mean that to happen. I want little splatters. But actually the consistency, you know, the thickness, thinness, blah, 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 is pretty good. Put some over here. I like that better. Yeah, I wish I wouldn't have that big blob. Let me see if I can get it off. Not exactly. But it did put some little dots of snow doing that. You need to tap your brush. You have to get the ink the right consistency, not too thick, not too thin. And this is a pigment ink, so it is harder to do versus not a pigment ink. Your other inks are not pigment inks. So this one's hard to get the right consistency, but then tapping it against something hard, like it doesn't work against your finger because your finger's not hard enough. You need to tap it against something like a bone folder or something like that, and to get your little dots on there. It looks like little snowflakes, but I do kind of like that. I wish I didn't have that little blob, but I know what I'll do. I know what I'll do, because I also have these low profile sparkle dots, and I have some in Mossy Meadow. So maybe it needs a Mossy Meadow low profile dot right there, and maybe a skinnier one right over there. Not bad. Maybe one right up there. Okay, not bad. Good save. Covered up my splotch. Anyway, with some low profile sparkle dots, and they come in, I got a little ink on the back of that, but it's okay, it's on the back. I'm pretty sure this is Darling Duckling, and this is Secret Sea, and I'm pretty sure that's Mossy Meadow, I think. Anyway, because it doesn't say exactly on the back what colors are on there, but it is fairly new because it's not on the last chance list. It's still current. So anyway, that's our card today, using the branching out stamps, which are on the last chance list. So check those out. The dies are not on the last chance list, but the stamps are on the last chance list. And remember, I liked the pine cone from Delicate Pines. It was a little bit bigger, and it had some white space in it, so that's why I used that bigger pine cone. And anyway, so it turned out pretty cute. So I'm going to turn the camera up. So thank you for joining me today. Next week, I hope I have my paper. I hope I beat the rush. Okay, that's the only advantage I see to this is tomorrow, starting with that no shipping thing, they're going to get a ton of orders the next 3 days. And so maybe my order will get shipped out before all those other orders come in. So maybe I will get my order. I usually get it in 5, sometimes 6 days. because I'm fairly close to Utah. So if I get it and I get that new paper that's $5, we'll do something fun with that. Okay. All right. Thank you for joining me tonight. I hope you enjoyed it, and give me a thumbs up and be sure and subscribe. I appreciate all of that. It really helps me grow on YouTube and grow my business. And we will see you. Well, I will see you sort of next Tuesday. My granddaughter, my oldest granddaughter, she's a senior this year, and she plays basketball Tuesday nights, Friday nights, and Saturday nights. And sometimes Tuesday's out of town, but next Tuesday's a home game. So we're probably going to go to that game. But I'll just pre-record and schedule it for 5:30 on Tuesday. And hopefully my paper comes in. And if it doesn't, then I'll figure something else out. And we'll do that other paper the following week. All right? So we'll see you then. Thank you for joining me tonight. I really appreciate it.